Thanks, Karine. Late Friday, the Department of Homeland Security released the latest numbers on border interactions with the Border Patrol. They show that over the course of fiscal year 2022, 2.4 million encounters happened on the southern border. That's the most ever on record. Republicans have their arguments about that. What's the White House's explanation as to what happened and why?
So I've said this before at this podium in the briefing room. What we're seeing, this new migration challenge, is driven by people who are fleeing falling regimes and economic collapse, as you know, in Venezuela, Nicaragua, and also Cuba. It's impacting the entire Western Hemisphere, what we're seeing currently. The number of individuals arriving from Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Cuba was up 245% from September of last year. Oh, okay, there you go. As you know, we love charts. And meanwhile, the number of migrants from Mexico and northern Central America is down nearly a quarter compared to just last year. So we're seeing, again, a different challenge ahead of us that we're dealing with. But you know, and we've talked about this. While we're trying to deal with the challenges, as you all know, you have Republican governors who are using these migrants, using these folks who are trying to flee communism, falling regimes, and economic collapses, as I just mentioned. They're using them as a political pawn, which you've heard us call out many times from here, and you've heard the president call out. We are hard at work in driving toward a regional solution to manage this new challenge. As you have heard from us on October 12th, we announced, the Department of Homeland Security announced a series of actions with Mexico to provide an orderly and limited way for Venezuelans nationals to arrive in the United States and encourage them to stop putting their lives in the hands of smugglers. So since the launch of this joint enforcement actions, we have seen the number of Venezuelans attempting to cross the southern border decrease sharply by more than 85%. So we are doing the work every day to make sure that we deal with what we're seeing in the southern border.